Hi guys, this is Rosa Kelly. So today I wanted to give you a look into my craft studio. So as you can see, I set up my studio in my garage and I wanted to share with you, just give you some ideas how I organize this space. So hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So like I said, I wanted to give you a look into my studio to kind of give you some ideas in case you wanted to convert your garage into a studio or a craft space. So I love how this room looks, even though it's a garage. It's very cozy, and first of all, I love the laminated floors on the garage. It really just makes the room look like any other room of the house. And I have a little couch and a little TV, and it's very cozy and very friendly for not just crafting but for the whole family. This is kind of our hangout room. We're here almost all day, so I'm going to go little by little onto the different sections to kind of give you a better look. So as you walk into the garage, this is the first thing that you see. I have this tall table. Now this table was actually a purchase that I did by mistake at IKEA. I was going to do this, use this as a like normal dining table, but it ended up being one of those tall bar tables. But I actually loved how tall it is. It's kind of up to my ribs. Well, I am short, but anyway, so it's a little bit higher even than counter space, and I love it. I can craft here standing up. I usually like crafting standing up anyway, but I do have this stool that I got a Tuesday morning, and it's really awesome. I kind of lean on it and sit, stand at the same time. And so yeah, so on this table I'm usually just crafting whatever I'm not doing on video. For example, right now I was working on this album. So sometimes when I'm crafting here, I also have the TV on, the girls are watching something, and so yeah. Or they have this little mat here which is for gymnastics, so we put it on the center of the garage here, and they can just jump and do all their fun gymnastic stuff, and I am still, you know, crafting. And then over there is where I record, which actually works out really good. The table where I record, it stays clean all the time, so I can come and do a quick video without having to think about cleaning or moving anything. And then the project that I'm working on is usually on this table, so I like that system. I like how that works. And also if I'm in the middle of a tutorial and I have to stop because, you know, the girls want to watch a movie or something, then I don't have to move everything to work on something else. I can just work here, so I like that. As you can see, I also have my crafty card, which is really practical, because since I'm crafting on that table or on this other one, it's really easy just to move. So in here I have all of my main craft tools that I use all the time. All my scoring tools, my double-sided tape, my glue, my paper. These are like paper punches or like the corner choppers. And then I also keep my planners in here. And then I have some of the heavyweight cardstock that I'm working on the project. That way it's just right there and I can pull it really quickly. And then on the center I have some of my planner stickers, and then on the bottom I have just extra tape, supplies, and glues that don't fit here. So this little card usually comes with me, or this little caddy that you can see here on top, and I take this upstairs if I need to go craft upstairs, which I rarely do, but sometimes I do. For example, I was recently sick, so it was really easy to just ask the girls to bring me this so I can do some projects upstairs. I was trying to stay in my room. And so yeah, so my planners, I have my 2 planners here. These are the ones that I use for crafting and for like home motivation. So now let's move on to this bookcase. You have seen this before. Here's where I collect all of my books. On the top I have storage boxes, and then some of those are explosion boxes as well, and then a bunch of books. So my books are 2 layers, so each one of those has like a book on the back, and I switch them up and decorate depending on the occasion. Like right now you see most of the holiday Christmas still out because I haven't moved it, but for like, for example, spring, I kind of switch it up just so when Christmas comes around I get all my Christmas books on the front, and just gives me a lot of inspiration. A lot of those are new ones as well. And then I do have this section for all my Halloween because I love Halloween, so I keep them all here on this side. And then over here I have my other tripod. So this tripod I use mainly for when I do my sit down vlogging type of thing. So this is one of those ring, and I have all of these linked on my Amazon storefront, so I'll put the link below. On this smaller bookcase I keep well, on the top I have some more of my album projects, but here I keep most of my journals or books that are completed. So on the left here I have 8x8 scrapbook albums that are all filled with my girls' pictures when they were little. And then here I have those Shutterfly books that are also filled with pictures, journals that I already started using. So then back here I have travelers journals, and I think most of those are full. And then this is a book that I did recently using my own digital paper collection. And so yeah, down here I have my December dailies, this green one. So this is when I used to do December daily on the like Project Life type of setup. So those are those, and then I switched to more of like a mini album setup. So I keep those with the mini albums. This is a little library that Ariel did, and we keep it here for memory. She did this when she was in preschool. This beautiful journal here was made by my dear friend Anna Torres, and this was sent to me by my other friend Anna Corona. And so yeah, so those are beautiful journals in there. This back here I did, this is a folio / journal combination that I did for my Ciao Bella design team, and I just love how that looks. So here on the corner floor I have this box, which is my box of scraps. I have here all my white cardstock, craft color cardstock, black, and all of these chipboard pieces that I need to do something with. I have been creating longer skinny type of books to be able to use these pieces, and I actually love how they look. Here is one that I recently did, and I just love it. So these are some things that I got for Christmas that I actually haven't opened or included onto my studio yet, because I am going to be moving. So this is why I wanted to record like a final last view of my studio before I move everything. So this is going to be set up once I move to my new space. So So this right here is my recording table. It's always never absolutely clean, and I think the main reason is because of this large caddy there. Is always, this is where I put everything that I don't want floating on my desk, like pens, and the girls use it a lot because they always need a pen, a pencil. But this is where I record, so this is what you see. I do have my placemats that I replace from time to time. This one needs replacement for sure. And then this is the project that I'm working on right now. So usually I keep the project that I'm working on here on the right. So I have the collection and I keep the cardstock on the caddy, so it's kind of out of my way. And then I was just going to do the embellishment for this book, so I keep that in there. Here, pretty handy, I have all my magnets. I usually have them on little boxes like these, but I just did a video showcasing all the different magnets, so I haven't put them back in their little boxes yet. And then this box actually has embellishments, but I put it here because when I record and I'm taking notes on my laptop, I like to have my laptop higher up. And so this brings my laptop up, that way my back doesn't hurt too much when I am taking notes. So then on these drawers, I keep my La La Land Crafts stamps and some projects that I've finished using that, some cards ready to have. And then here I have all of the dies, the papers, and some of the printouts that I'm going to still color, so I keep them here as well. Back there, more stencils, and these are more of the rubber stamps and dolls. I think they're just so beautiful, so pretty. These might be a little messy, I haven't checked this in a while. So these are my Prima stamps. So okay, everything Prima is here. Then on this one I have just a mix, so I have Magnolia stamps, I have these adorable Mama Elephant stamps in here, some Bo Bunny. I was using this recently for mixed media, but then I have some of those Santoro little girls that are so cute, and some Christmas. I think these ones I just put in here when I finish using Christmas projects, but all my Santoro girl stamps are on this section. And then the next one, so these are more messy, so these are what I use the most to do mixed media, and I was using this for my planner, and so just a combination of different ones. And then same thing for this last one, again more mixed media type of stamps to do like little stains on the page or these little birds. I used this too recently for my digital magazine. This actually, all of these ones I use on one of those projects. Just using sepia tones and backgrounds and things like that. On this middle section here, this is what actually came with the table, and these two pieces were added. As you can see, there's a little gap in between, which is useful. I put the paper collection that I'm using here sometimes. This first one still has Christmas stuff. I just keep a lot of Christmas things that I was using for December daily. I guess I have glue here. I have all of my metal hardware pieces, and these cute little guys, but most metal pieces in there. And then here I have wooden pieces, and then these shells. But yeah, so little wooden pieces all over the place. This first drawer here is my junk drawer that just random pieces, everything kind of goes in there. So on this next one I have Heartful Creation stamps. I can't get that one open because this one's so full, but on this next one I also have some more Heartful Creation stamps and dies, and I have a lot of that because I was on their design team for a year, so they send you a lot of stuff and it's just so beautiful. And then over here I have more dies, and these are the centers that we use to make the flowers. So over here I have all of my flowers and stamps. And then here I have my paper punches. I did a big this stash of paper punches not too long ago, so these are mainly what I love the most, which are these border punches. And so yes, I have a little Mickey Mouse in there, and then it's always good to have like a tag one to make a quick little tag for birthday, or I use that a lot for Christmas presents as well. And so yeah, so that is what is on these drawers. So then we move to this section next to my table. So over here I have all of my Copic markers, and they're on this little box. My daughter Emma made me these little cubbies so I can organize this by color. She actually loves organizing, so she did that for me. And she also made me this book of, this is like a Copic marker color book, and she did like all the color swatches for me per tone, and so it's really easy to kind of see which blue I want, which pink I want, instead of doing swatches every time I'm going to use the color. So thank you, Emmy. And so yeah, so and then also I love this box because coloring is something that I do like maybe when I'm watching a movie, I'm relaxing, so it's very easy to just like take with me either upstairs and, you know, just sit, relax, and do some coloring. And then here I have my Carol bag, which I love it. I can take it with me, and so I love how practical this is. And then here's my adorable little guy, which I keep all year round with me. And then here just some different little pieces, and up here I have an embellishment box that someone sent to me, and I just love the black and white shopping. It goes with this section here. This is my, I guess, Parisian section. And then here I have all of my embellishment boxes that were sent to me. It is quite messy because these were on a little box, but Ariel needed the box, and so she just decided to take it. But I love this one, so pretty, so I keep this one up there. And I always use my little embellishments, like I take little tiny flowers or little pieces. These are some extra dies that I am either going to destash or do something with that. I think I'm just going to destash it at this point. I haven't used them in a while, and I think most of these ones are new. So yeah, and then here I keep most of my dies. Over here I have my distressed inks, and then I guess this one I received recently on Happy Mail, so I just put it in there. And I love this one here. It says, I made this gift. It's exactly what you want. You love it, and you couldn't have hoped for anything more perfect. So I thought it was hilarious, so I'm gonna have to use that one. Here is my personal stamp. Yeah, so I have two, and sometimes I stamp these on the back of my mini albums when I'm giving it to someone, or if I'm selling it. But if it's mine, I don't put it. So here I have some inks, memento, that I typically will use to make flowers, but I haven't made my own flowers in a while. But those are the very soft tones of pinks that I use. And this is a little section with drops, pearl drops, and Little Birdie Crafts sent me their whole entire collection with all the colors. It's so pretty. These make really pretty flower centers as well. And then here I have some texture paste. So then over here I keep my cutting plates, and then a lot of mixed media things like paints and watercolors. And honestly, my daughter uses this more than me at this point, but when I want to make a quick little card, or when we make projects together, we use that. I do use a lot of these stickles and pearl drops, and lately I've been embossing a lot on my planner, so I like that. And mixed media, I do a lot of mixed media off camera. I love doing art journal pages. That's what relaxes me a lot. So, and then here I have all of my embossing plates. So yeah, I don't use this enough also. And then here we have a lot of different flowers. So these are mainly little birdie craft flowers, and we have different colors. They're just so pretty, and chipboard pieces as well. I love these chipboard pieces that have like the initials, so they make it really pretty if you want to add them into like the cover of a book for a special person. I love those. On the next one here, I have a lot of flowers. These are old wild orchid craft flowers, and I just love these flowers. These are really, really pretty. So on this one here, I have more little birdie craft flowers, and so these ones are all pinks and oranges, and they really do spoil me so much when they send me all these amazing flowers. They're so pretty. On this next cubby, I have a bunch of twine and ribbons. Oops. And so yeah, so I'm not gonna open that. Quite messy. Then moving on to the bottom section, here I just have some fabrics, and here I have some stickers and more fabric flowers, different flowers from different brands, I guess. And yeah, just a combination of everything. And on these other ones, mainly for the girls. So there are 3D stickers, and yeah, so just a little of that. Yeah, I don't go into this one too much. This is mainly all my girls. Oh yeah, this is Ariel's little, she loves those little birdies. And then here I have some flowers when I want to do some home decor type of thing. More fabric, tulle, and so lots of things like that to do home pieces. And then here on the side of the table, I keep these posters, and this is what I use for my backgrounds, either to take pictures or to record videos. Okay, so moving on, back there I have the black drawers, and those mainly have wooden stamps. So let me do a little close-up. I don't use these ones very much, but I also don't want to part with this yet, so I don't know, I might have to look through and probably do a little de-stash. So yeah, so I also have like envelopes and more like kid stickers in there that I probably need to de-stash. I think I'm gonna get rid of this whole thing altogether. On this one here, I have my laces and ribbons. Up here I keep the cardstock that I can't fit on the bookcase anymore, but it's usually what I am currently working with. These are a couple of projects that I did videos for, but I have to finish them up. And so here I have, like I said, all my laces and trims. So here I have all the pinks, and I usually buy them on a big bundle so I can have this thing so I can keep them organized. And then here I have some whites, and the ones that don't have the bundles, I think I got in Peru. These ones I got at Hobby Lobby, and then most of them I got at Joann's. And then I have one more set of white laces. So as you can see, I love my laces. On these two I have more colorful but also smaller little pieces, and then whatever's left over I just throw in here. So it's quite messy, but this is actually really good to use for junk journals where you only need like little pieces like that. So when I'm working on a junk journal, I just take all of these drawers out next to me. So over here I have my sewing machine and I just love it. I had this one from, oh my goodness, the times that I was making tutus, which is like 10 years ago. And that's when I started sewing. I was making tutus for my girls. And now I use it mainly for journals. And over here I have a little box that my best friend made for me. And so this over here has just different colors, threads. And so I keep it next to me, that way it's easy to change the colors of the sewing machine. And then I have here my, what do you call this? This is the little puncher to make spiral notebooks. Sometimes I use it, mostly I don't anymore. And over here I keep my papers. So all of my cardstock paper to print I keep in here. I also have in the bottom there my engineering reference books that I keep in case I need to use them. And then on these drawers I just keep different ephemera pieces. So here is a traveler's book that I no longer use, but I keep here ephemera. On this one I keep all my pictures that I print for my girls. So let me open this more. And this little case here has the pictures per event that I actually need to start putting into my albums. So yeah, I have a lot to put. So we have some Disney, some ballet recital pictures. So this is like a Halloween party that we had. So I need to put this into my Halloween book. So yeah, lots of pictures. I love to print my pictures. I just need to get them into my books. So then on this drawer here, I keep more ephemera. So here I have a lot of the Tim Holtz dolls and a lot of Graphic 45 journaling cards and ephemera that mainly goes with collections that I want to work with or that I use for mixed media. So that is in here. So then we move on to this area. This is where I work and I'm here most of the day, most of the time. So usually I keep my laptop in this area. Right now it's upstairs. And so yeah, so I have my noise canceling headphones, which really help when I'm trying to concentrate and get things done. And so yeah, so I plug in my laptop and then I can use the big screen here as well. I have my ergonomic chair and my butt donut. And then here I have this little poof where I can stretch my leg, or if I'm standing, because this is a standing desk, you can pull it up and it will stand as well. So then I have a little rug, which is a foam rug, which is really comfortable. You can see Bradley loves it. And then up in here I have a heater because this is the garage after all. Sometimes it gets a little cold in the morning, so I just turn that on for me. For some reason I still have a Christmas tree up in there. And this is the Perry Page little pocket printer that the girls still use quite a lot. And on this side you can really see, I'll show you from the other side, I have all my crafting magazines, my little post-it notes. So then down here I have my books that I either already read or I'm about to read. And then I have my Artisa art supplies in here. So I have blending markers, watercolor pencils, then I have acrylic paints, and I have tripod easels. So me and the girls do like paint night and we get our tripods out. I'll show you one that I have out and it's really fun. It's kind of like having a paint night at home. And then here I have the brush pens. These are really pretty. So I keep this one separate, that way the girls know that if they're gonna use these, they put it together like they found it. And then I have another section where I'll show you how that looks, which is what they mainly use. And so yeah, so that is my desk. This is my pocket planner, color pocket, because I take this with me all the time. This is where I do like a list of the things that I need to buy, and this is actually my wallet as well. So yeah, very practical to have. So over here I have this recipe book that Tessie is so into cooking, so I got her this one recently, and she just loves trying new recipes and things like that. And then this is actually my tracker for my leg exercises that I'm doing. So I keep that here with me, and it's also my reading journal. So here's where I keep my lazy dog. She is always sleeping, and instead of sleeping on her beautiful little bed, she loves to sleep on my beautiful pink couch. So they're always hanging out in here. What? You do? You sleep all day. So over here is where I sit in the morning. I have my coffee and I read a little bit of my book, take some notes. This is where I put all my crafty ideas. This is the book that I'm reading. I'm actually reading 2 books right now. I keep one here and I keep one upstairs. So when I go upstairs, I read the other book. That way, if I forget a book, I don't have to walk up and down because I have a bad leg, so I can't really be doing that. I love this little table because you can push it underneath your furniture, and then it kind of comes to the sides, or you can put it in front of you as well if you need more room. This is the book that I'm going to read next. I can't wait. So on this other side, I have my collection of magazines. I love looking at magazines, but I just love the smell of the new magazine. I'm subscribed to a bunch of them, and I love them all. And then down there I am keeping all of my diamond painting stuff. I have to organize it because I right now just have them in little bags, and I bought those little containers, so I need to put them by color. So yeah, so that is this little corner section where we all hang out. We sit around the rug and play some games with the girls, just have a movie on. I have my stationary bike. I use it for my knee rehab. So here on these bookshelves, I keep all of my 12 by 12 scrapbooks. Those are the ones that I used to make before I got into making mini albums, and I keep them. They're all full with memories. And so on these content, well, these are all the girls' books and stuff. This over here has a lot of fabrics that I use for journals. These boxes have pictures that we've taken on, you know, the studio. They give you those large envelopes, so those are leftovers because we have a lot of copies of all the pictures they take. And then here I have a lot more laces and trims and things like that, which is quite messy, so I tuck it away. And then some books, because we are doing now a 30 minutes read together with the girls. So we all sit here and cuddle together and read or play a taco cat goat cheese pizza game. If you haven't played this, you have to. It's so much fun. So yeah, so spending time together is important. Here I have some colors. This is the section where the girls can find everything they need to make their little projects. So we have their pencils. On this section here, I keep all of their mixed media. So they use all of these paints. I use a lot of these too for my projects like the yeso and things like that, but yeah, so it's quite messy. So over here I keep all of my washi tape. The girls use all these all the time as well. And so on these little boxes I keep my washi tape separated by color. So these are the ones that I usually use, so I can just take this with me to my desk when I'm working on my planner or whatever I want to add some washi. I usually stick to the same colors, but the girls use most of the other ones. And then here I have oh, so this one is actually also washi, but I also keep little pieces of paper that I have left over from projects that I can actually use as washi. So I just cut them in pieces and add them here, so I can use them even though it's not washi. It can embellish your projects as well. So then here I have my Peruvian little family and my typewriter that I love. I don't use it enough, but I love it. Here I have some embellishments that were sent to me. They're just so pretty to look at. I don't even take them out of their wrapper. They just really pretty to have, but they are here. So over on this section I have my bookcase where I keep all of my papers. So these are all 12 by 12 papers that I have separated by brand and occasion. So basically everything is by brand except for whatever is Christmas is with Christmas. But so yeah, so that is all the paper I have. I was able to stash a lot of it. Here I have my pink and black section, which I love. This is a book that I did also using one of my digital collections, and a beautiful configuration box that was sent to me by a dear friend. And so yeah, so all of my girly stuff are on this section. So then we move on to this section over here. So up in there I have this little rack where I keep my journals right now. Before I used to use that to keep the girls' homeworks, and each one had their name on this little checkboards in there, but I don't use that anymore, so I decided to just put my journals in there. And then here I have just some pictures. That little frame Tessie recently got me for Christmas, and back there is the one that I had actually on display, which is my little girls when they were little. Then over here we have these are binder mail that was sent to me in one of my challenges, and I just love how they look. They're so pretty. And then I have some 6x6 papers all organized in here, since I did a big stash of that as well. And then here on these little boxes I have my Prima dolls. Since I used to host a lot of Prima doll swaps, I have all of my tags in there. They're just really pretty. And then I have this other bookcase. Here I do my cutting most of the time when I'm doing cutting aheads or I'm working on a project on the table. And then I have some incomplete albums that I need to finish, so I keep them on plain sight so I remember to finish them. And then here I have I just gonna have all of the kits that I'm working with right now on a pile. And then on the bookcase I have some binder mail. I keep in here my color cardstock. Here's a little book. What is in here? Just little books or things, I don't know. Random things. Here's the beautiful box where I have pictures of my mom when she was young. And then I have some 8x8, no, these are 6x6 and 8x8 paper packs in here, which I recently shared with you on this stash that I was working. Here I have a bunch of papers that I use for junk journals, some vintage book paper pages, different texture papers in there. So on this other one I have A4 paper packs and some Project Life cards. These are mainly all Prima papers that I just love to keep. And then here I have chipboard pieces and just different things like that. I have the little stands where I keep my scoreboard and my score. I have a couple of scoreboards and my chipboard in there standing up. Then yeah, so that's about it. More binder mail. These are taller binder mail, and this is the book that I made, so the girls use this for advent calendar. I just wanted to keep it here so it doesn't get damaged, and just different journals and notebooks that I have used in the past, and my favorite book ever, which is the Alice Adventures in Wonderland, which is a super dynamic pop-up book where I get a lot of inspiration for my pop-ups. So yeah, so then the last piece here is this little unit, and here I keep colorful trims and laces. And then on this last one, I keep all of my black trims and laces. And then, so yeah, so this is a little stand that I use to put my boards. Keep those. And then I also have in here some of my upcoming I'm gonna have some birthday collections, so I keep those here so they don't get mixed up with the ones that I'm using right now. So yeah, so that is it. I think that is the whole tour of my craft room. So there you go. So that is the tour of my craft room. I hope that you guys enjoy this video, and I hope that I was able to give you some ideas on how I store some of my craft supplies. And so yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.